The powerful impact of positive habits. As school leaders, we often dedicate a significant amount of time to establishing standard operating procedures and managerial practices, yet we neglect the personal habits that help us become successful. Habits are behaviors that we repeatedly engage in without being prompted. That which we repeatedly do, whether these behaviors are positive or not. For instance, if you have a checklist with daily to-do tasks on your desk or stuck to your computer screen, you have not developed sustainable positive habits yet. To establish positive habits, you have to consciously and deliberately engage in activities that will grow your leadership behaviors. In addition to the day-to-day administrative behaviors that could underline your success, your positive leadership habits are the safety nets that will catch you when times get tough. And as teacher, you know that times will get tough. Nobody can expect that leadership is smooth sailing. Leadership is one of the career paths that carries with it a very high degree of uncertainty. And when the tough times come, the habits you have acquired along the way will predict how you behave. You will either respond reactively or proactively. To have a laissez-faire approach to developing positive leadership habits leaves you vulnerable to reactive responses. And if you have not managed to secure your ability to control your emotions well, such knee-jerk reactions will not serve you well. That is why it is important to deliberately focus on developing the type of positive leadership habits that will contribute to your success. These habits include growing self-confidence, finding and celebrating the success of others, continuously seeking new experiences and new things to learn, not trying to force a work-life balance, but instead thinking life, being empathetic and showing care for the well-being of others, having something to prove to yourself, not considering yourself as anything special but rather to placing emphasis on dignity and respect, instead of success. Confidence. Controlled emotions and secure positive habits often manifest in the form of confidence, the face that we show to the rest of the world when we know what we are doing and feel secure in our ability to do it well. A concise definition of confidence is that one is precise and secure in one's worth, value, capability and potential with which one approaches in leading a school. However, we all know that every so often, notwithstanding our ability to control our sense of fear, our confidence fails us, and our amygdala, the small part of the brain that is in charge of our fight or flight reactions, conquers the mediating impact of our frontal lobe's ability to control our emotions. This is very normal, and helps us to understand and contextualize the situations we are facing. Confidence is external. We gain it over time through the outcomes, conversations, and reactions of others. Positive feedback results in a strong sense of confidence, whereas negative feedback erodes the confidence we may have. It is important to note that confidence is hardly ever a stable trait and that fluctuation depending on the situation and context is normal. The other side of the confidence coin is not doubt or uncertainty, but rather self-confidence. The internal sense of certainty, aplomb and assurance of your ability, skill and capacity for leadership mastery. Self-confidence is based on your inner voice that asserts the self-awareness of your ability to be a leader. Self-confidence is a highly personal and private world that you hardly ever reveal, and when you do, it usually is in the realm of coaching or deep personal relationships. Self-confidence varies, but in a much more subtle way, and over a much longer time. As teachers, we often see this as children who, at the beginning of their basic education, radiate certainty and curiosity. Over the years start to shine a little less brightly as the harsh reality of school exams, less than favorable test results, and the onslaught of homework deadlines begin to pile up. Their confidence levels, the external drivers, may still speak of a belief in the ability to achieve. However, the internal awareness and self-speak is completely the opposite. Compare the 7-year-old's belief of invincibility with the 13-year-old's confessions of "I'm not very good at maths." In the same way, your outward confidence levels may profess to the world that you are a capable and energetic leader, yet your self-confidence may be echoing a nagging voice of self-doubt. This again is quite normal, and a less than towering inner assessment and belief is no reason for you to abandon your aspiration to become a masterful leader. However, The more significant the disparity between your external confidence and your inner self-confidence, the more energy is wasted on maintaining your confidence levels. And before you realize it, you and those you are leading begin to notice that your candle is burning a little less bright as time goes along. Symptoms of low self-confidence. You may find as you become more aware of your emotions, you also become more aware of your inner voice. And it would not be strange to suddenly realize that your inner voice is not as confident and self-assured of your ability to lead and grow. This is not a sudden oscillation in your self-confidence, but rather a result of you becoming more aware of your inner world. You may find that you suddenly realize that the sense of accomplishment with every success no longer reaches such a high point as before. You may notice that the joy of promotion, possession and position are lower and not as long-lasting as before. You may become aware that the lows of confidence go more in depth and leave you more disappointed after inevitable failures, and that failure has become personal rather than general and something to learn from. These are all symptoms of low self-confidence. The habit of growing self-confidence. You may feel that there is nothing wrong with your self-confidence, and that might very well be so. But remember, getting better never stops, and the first step to growing your inner voice is by clarifying your purpose and meaningfulness. Why are you a school leader? Why have you set on this wavering and often lonely path? What purpose does being the leader in your school have? Moreover, what personal and emotional meaning do you attach to your school, the well-being of students and staff? These are not easy questions to answer. And even the most seasoned of leaders find it difficult to be clear and concise about their purpose and meaningfulness. The second step is to take a step back and look at the 5 aspects of your leadership that differentiate you from others. By being aware of what sets you aside, by knowing what those aspects of your professional and personal development that raises you out among the trees are, will help you build a solid foundation on which you can build your self-confidence. To have a clear view of what sets you apart, I want you to draw 5 columns with the following 5 headings: experience, expertise, knowledge, ability and qualifications. Fill out each of these columns, not with those aspects that you are better than others, but all of those aspects you have. Remember, this is not a comparative exercise. Now take an objective look at these differentiating factors, the combination of which is unlike any other school leader on this planet. This is what makes you unique and ready to lead. I am not saying that there is no room for improvement. To the contrary, this activity can also be beneficial to help you determine which aspects of your career you should be working on next. The last, and probably the most difficult step to developing your self-confidence was found in a little airport bookstore on my way to investigate leadership behaviors in Dutch schools earlier this year. And with all the simplicity and conciseness one might expect from a book intended to encourage reflection while navigating immigration, notwithstanding its brevity, I do believe the following 10 steps are worth consigning to daily practice alongside your other leadership habits. Focus on positive self-talk. Do not compare yourself to others. Be active. Get extra exercise. Perfection is overrated. Mistakes are useful to learn from. Focus on the things you can change and control. Do things you enjoy, in the way you enjoy. Celebrate small victories. Be kind, considerate and helpful. You'll be surprised with the impact of kindness on self-confidence. Surround yourself with positive people.